All right, ladies and gentlemen, had to throw the Bitcoin hat on for this one. Went away from the markets a little bit today, came back to some very, very exciting stuff. We're going to talk about it, guys, in this video and why this turn of events here on Sunday evening is actually a very, very good sign and why this could be a very, very big deal in terms of what's coming next for crypto. Remember, we have an interest rate decision later this month. We're supposed to get multiple interest rate cuts throughout the remainder of 2025. People love to just blow things out of proportion. Yes, we've come down a little bit from hitting all-time highs back on October 10th on Bitcoin, but right now, as we speak, Bitcoin is above 109,000. Now, in this video, I'm going to break down the price point that I'm looking for Bitcoin to get to and stabilize above it for me to get very excited. We'll take a look at some altcoins. We'll take a look at some other big events that are coming and some of the moves that I'm making right now. All right, so all of that in the video. Hit the like button right now. Subscribe if you haven't already, guys. But things are looking on the up and up. And I do have to tell you quickly before we get into starting with Bitcoin's price, we'll take a look at some top assets. Guys, we are absolutely crushing it on the trading side of things. And we're opening up some positions. We actually bought 3 cryptos just recently over the weekend. If you guys want to know the exact moves we're making, check out my Patreon, link down below. 66 cents a day, literally, is what I'm charging. People are charging $50 a month, $60 a month. I'm charging $20 a month. When you do the math, it's 66 cents a day. I promise you, it'll be one of the best Patreon memberships in all of crypto. I can arguably say it's the best because we're over delivering, giving you guys tons of value. We're doing live calls on Friday mornings now as well. But let's get into it because Bitcoin has risen. And Sunday's a very important day because a lot of times it dictates which direction we go at market open when the stock market opens up on Monday. And things are looking very, very good. ETH is back up above 4,000. Bitcoin is over 109,000. XRP is back to 240. We got some leaders like BitTensor Tau, Zcash, SPX, Athena making some great moves. Fetch AI actually making some moves, although it dumped hard. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I think there's some shady stuff going on, but that's not for this video. Sui, Pepe, Uniswap. These are the assets that are on the move right now. Dogecoin creeping up near 20 cents again. All of a sudden, it's a new day. The dawn has arrived. The sun has risen yet again. And this is how quick things can change in the world of crypto. We had a massive liquidation event, right, on that crazy Friday afternoon. Not this most recent one, but the one before. We all know about it. We've been kind of stuck in the mud since then. There's a lot of fear in the markets. But what do we always say? Usually when everybody's zigging, it's time to zag. When people are fearful, be greedy. We've been telling you guys why the macro trends and the bigger data points still point to us being in a bull cycle. And I know there's a lot of people out there who want to be the one to tell you it's all going to crash and burn. And I told you to sell everything. And listen, I'm not a person who's just going to give you sunshine and rainbows no matter what. I'm going to tell you how it is and how I truly feel. But the moral of the story is nobody knows exactly how this is going to play out. But I can tell you that I have been actively buying my high conviction cryptos since the flash crash. It's simply because what we're dealing with right now is this whole tariff situation, the government shutdown. But if you look at the macro and look at the liquidity and you look at, quantitative tightening going away, we're in a great environment for risk on assets. Long term, or I should say longer term, not just in this snapshot of time. And that's why I've been actively making moves. And, my private members will tell you, we've been on a buying spree, buying assets, DCAing into our high conviction plays, and even making some short-term flips and trades. Because if you look at inflows to ETFs, they're still positive. Yes, we had a bad week this past week, but if you look at the macro, we're still in an uptrend there. We're still great on the regulatory front. Things are moving in the right direction. We're still great on the macro when it comes to liquidity, money, treasury companies. They're still buying. All of these indicators tell us that we're still in store for a big run. And I don't want to miss that wave. Now, am I managing risk? Of course. You always have to manage risk. You shouldn't just be in a bunch of risky assets and, not have some money on the sidelines, not have some money tied up in the stock market and real estate. I like to diversify my entire portfolio. I've got some real estate, I've got some stocks, I've got crypto, I've got money in Bitcoin and Ethereum, a good amount of it, to where if altcoins tumble, I feel really good about where I am. I've got the top 2 assets, I've got stable coins. I could withstand any kind of punch. And it doesn't matter how much money you have when you're building a portfolio, but you have to build a portfolio where you can withstand the punch. And again, if you guys want full access to mine, check out the link down below in the description. That's where we are right now, guys. I'm not going anywhere. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. We'll see you guys in the next video. Gonna be an exciting week. We'll be all over it for you guys.